Hello, Gemini. Thank you so much for being here, you guys. Happy New Year to you, and I hope all of you had a beautiful holiday season. All right, Gemini. This one kind of hurt a little bit looking at this. So, from Alice, you pulled investigate, look closely, ask questions, and think before acting. And then from Whispers of Healing, you pulled self-love. Now, the way that I looked at this was, okay, so there's a need to find out more, to ask more questions. It's like the Page of Swords here, right? But it's not that you're telling lies or anything like that. But there is something here that you are needing more answers on. But what I worry about here is that you may not like the answers that you receive, because it leads you back to this feeling of needing to feel better about yourself. But I think that with self-love, we're talking about looking for validation outside ourselves, right? You know who you are. Self-love is about loving that light that is within you. But that can be hard to do when you have a lot of questions in terms of a situation that may be bringing you to this point where you feel down on yourself. You know, this is what this one is trying to point out. So I worry a little bit with investigate. It's saying that you need more information before you make an important decision. But I don't know that you're going to actually like the information that you get in whatever situation where you're looking for more answers. But the important thing here is we ignore it. We never pay attention to it, right? You have to love yourself. You have to love yourself before other people can love you. But you're going to be brought to this point where you may be feeling a little bit low. And it's going to be important for you to stop seeking validation outside yourself, right? All right, Gemini, here is your overall. Oh boy, wow, man. This kind of reminds me of that one live reading I did where you pulled death twice. Jeez, man. Death being the overall. Oh, you're going to have to deal with a life-changing event where something is definitely going to be coming to an end. An aspect of your life will be coming to an end. But again, we're talking about change and transformation, right? It is about getting rid of the old and bringing in the new. But death can be harsh because a lot of times it's going to be about things that we didn't really want to have change. You know? And I always say it, right? Like, you can either accept it or go kicking and screaming. But either way, something has to come to an end. But it may be out of your control, right? Oh boy. You know, you and Taurus both pulled this in this position. The Five of Cups is the past. So still dealing with some emotional pain, being let down, right? But again, the message has always been that not all is lost. There is something else that you should be building on, right? But maybe you don't see that, because of how harsh death can feel for some of us when it shows up, you know? But clearly something has hurt you in the past. Oh my goodness, in the present, the devil. Now, the way that I kind of look at this is with death being here, this situation, whether you wanted to or not, is going to come to an end. But I think that the reason why the devil is in the present moment is because you're looking at an experience where you have been hurt before, but you may be tempted to go back to it. I think that that's what the devil is trying to show here. You know that this is an unhealthy situation, an unhealthy person. You know that they are going to let you down and that they are going to hurt you. But there is like a temptation there to kind of like go back to it. Death is saying, oh no, no. If you're not going to end it, then it's going to be out of your control, right? Something else or someone else is going to end this situation. You are going to have to deal with how that changes your life and how that changes you. You know, but we'll see here. All right, future conditions, the Queen of Wands. So when we get the negativity out of our lives, I think that the Queen of Wands is showing that you are going to change, but what you're going to change into, I think, is somebody who is more loving of themselves, right? I think that the Queen of Wands is a good thing here. I think that you're going to feel better about yourself because I like it when she shows up, whether you're male or female. It doesn't matter here. You know, she knows how to handle what's going on around her, but she has a passion and an excitement for life, right? And I think that that's what you need. I don't think that, and again, seeking validation outside yourself can show up here because of the Queen of Wands. But, I don't think that you're going to be dependent on that. I don't know. I worry about it a little bit, because you may be showing a part of yourself that may not actually be the truth for the benefit of, a person or a situation here that isn't healthy for you. But I would like to think that you are going to change in a way where you are going to feel great, right? Hopefully here. Your best path to follow, the Magician. Manifest that cool ass shit. Gemini, you have the ability to create whatever the hell you want. But you also need to take responsibility for the things that you create in your life. But I look at that and think you can make anything happen here, and you can make better things happen for yourself. I think that this may be just like a temporary temptation, but this is a big thing for you. Now, I don't know. I'm questioning that Queen of Wands. I need to see what's happening in the outcome here before I judge that a little bit too quickly. Because if you're being asked here to look at what you are manifesting, and I look at the Queen of Wands as self-image, hopefully what you're manifesting here is a better change within yourself and not creating this kind of image that is not actually you or what you really want, especially with death being there. Yeah, this is heavy. Gemini, the hell. In your environment, the sun. The sun shining on the damn devil so that you can see it for what it is. And I think that, unfortunately, with the sun being there attached to that and looking at death, that this may be one of those situations where you may be drained and wore out by this, right? Because I don't think that, bringing something back to life that is attached to the devil is a good thing here, right? Now, it could be, though, with the sun, that you have an opportunity to make things better for yourself rather than being involved with something that is unhealthy for you. A situation, a person, and I do think that it is going to have to do with a person. Because I look at this and think, emotional pain and drainage, and then you have the sun, right? And that emotional pain may have been clouding your ability to see the truth about a person in a situation and how it isn't healthy for you, But, I kind of go back to the Magician and think, maybe if this is about you feeling better about yourself and recreating yourself. Recreating yourself. That's a better way to put it. This may be you creating the death moment here. The nail in the coffin, so to speak. I can't go back to this. It's definitely over with. And that could be, though, because of the actions of another person. But the sun here, I think, is saying that there is an opportunity in your environment for you to feel much better about yourself. And I like it now with the Queen of Wands. But this is also seeing the truth and seeing things very clearly when it comes to the devil, and what is unhealthy for you, or an unhealthy attachment or obsession. Your hopes and your fears, the Queen of Pentacles, and I like it, right? I think that you come out much better with the Queen of Wands, but with the Queen of Pentacles, I think that this is you feeling a little bit more secure with yourself. And again, whether you're male or female, it doesn't matter. But don't, and again, right? Like, don't depend on what another person chooses to do, right? But I really think that this is about you being more in tune with yourself here, being a little bit more grounded, being realistic about things and realistic about what you are creating for yourself. Keeping your independence, having that ability to manifest whatever the fuck you want. But I think that the fear there would be that this person has an ability to knock you down and make you feel less than worthy. But I think that you're okay coming out. I really do, because I look at all of this and think you're fine, And you will be fine on your own, especially if this has to do with needing to definitely end this situation for your benefit. You don't have to have this situation. You don't have to have this person, because really all they continue to bring is disappointment. And then coming out the world, I'm telling you, you look good. Thank you. Yes. With the world, you're fine. this situation is going to come to a close, and it's going to come to a close in a good way for you where you get to move on. The successful completion. You have finished out a situation in your life that you won't ever have to deal with again with the world, but it's a good thing. You've made it through, right? You should be patting yourself on the back like, thank you, I've made it through this bullshit. I don't ever have to deal with it again, and you will be successful. I mean, look at you, but I do think that this is going to be about a situation where you kind of look at it and there is a temptation to kind of like go back to it or think that it could be something other than what it actually is, right? Seeing the devil for what it is. And I think that that is like a wait and see type of thing. But I also think that, I don't think it's about anything that's being kept hidden from you. I think that you are starting to see, everything that has been hidden about this person, about this situation, right? And I think that that information is what is going to help you, right? You may not have the facts to support it, right? Like I always say with the High Priestess, but it is, I know, like I know, right? And that hidden information may be just enough for you to say, done in a really, really big way. You're never going to go back to this again. The Hermit bothers me a little bit, because the thing is this shouldn't be coming back around if you've actually, seen the truth of the situation or looked at the entire situation and realized that it wasn't good, right? I think that unfortunately for you, this may have been a period of isolation in the past where you were stuck with the hurt emotions on this. And maybe it was hard for you to kind of like go your own way and see, the light or the truth of what is actually going on here. Right, but I do think that you gave yourself some time to kind of look at the entire situation, but I don't like the fact that it leads into, the devil showing up here. But with the Nine of Wands, I think that for you, it's not so much about paranoia, but it is about protecting yourself. But I also think that you knew that this was coming. But that's where I think that your responsibility comes into this, because, if you're talking about what you create and what you manifest here with the Magician, you may have opened the door for this to come back into your life. But truly, you're seeing it for what it is. And I think that gives you pause, especially with the High Priestess, right? So, it may be that if this comes back around after having a period of like doing things on your own here with the Hermit, you're going to be looking at it from a hold on, wait just a minute kind of perspective. You can't just come waltzing right back in, but then you get some clarity and information on some things that, you may not have been aware of. I look at the High Priestess as a good thing here. And intuitively, you're going to know that the situation is going to be over with, but it could be something that you weren't expecting, something that somebody says to you, right? Information you weren't aware of. But I think that you're fine. I think that for you, completely coming out, you're coming out of isolation. I think that you're being a little bit more defensive and a little bit more protective of yourself, and you're not so willing to let something or someone back in. But with the High Priestess, I think that, there is a part of you that may be waiting and watching. But with the Queen of Wands, I think that the information that you gain here is going to be enough to, make you feel 100 times better about shutting the door on this forever. Wow. Jeez, man. And investigate. And going back to the High Priestess, right? But realizing that, you don't need validation from this person or this situation. Perfect. There is going to be a renewal for you once the situation closes. You're going to have more confidence, and you're going to have more confidence and more passion, and you're going to have the confidence to go after your passion, and you are going to be a brand new person. And uncovering treasure beneath the surface. Beneath the surface lies great bounty. I swear to God, I know how to read. It's beautiful. I think that this situation has, or this person has been like dulling your life. And I think that you don't see the magic in your own personal journey through this physical reality. And I think that once this situation closes, you're going to see that there are so many other things to experience that can bring you this kind of, abundance and these treasures, right? I just think that once the situation closes, you're going to see how, magical things can be. And once you open up to that type of feeling, that's where you're going to start to uncover the treasures about yourself, especially that you have not seen. But this could lead to so many other, better things, things that are more worthy of you. I love it, Gemini. This is one hell of a reading, and it's amazing to me. I'm so used to seeing really difficult situations, but the way that you turn this one around, fucking right. Be proud of yourself. Be confident in what you manifest. Even if it is death, but with the world being there, you won't ever have to deal with this again. And you will continue to create success after this.